The Gr.1 Futurity at Doncaster has always been one of the preeminent trials for the classics, and last year's winner, Hotazhell, advertised his talent with a battling success. He was sourced at the Tattersalls Craven Breeze Up sale for 200,000 guineas by Richie Galway on behalf of the Silverton Hill partnership. With hopes high for a classic campaign this year, we've come here to his base at Jessica Harrington Racing's Tattersalls Stables to find out how his winter preparation has gone. He's clearly spoilt. He's the favourite, I guess.
He is, yeah. He deserves. he likes the carrot. He'll eat carrots all day if you feed him. So.
And is he? I mean, you see him racing, and I don't know, when he pricks his little ears at the end of a race, he seems to really love his job. What's he like at home?
Same as that.
Yeah.
Same as that. He takes everything in stride. He's exuberant horse. Like, he's a bit of presence about him.
Yeah.
But he's really tough. You can see it in his races. He loves a battle, and he comes out of his races really well. I think the few times we did run him, you have to give him a canter pretty quickly after he runs.
Yeah, because actually, relatively, he ran quite frequently as a 2-year-old.
He did,
yeah.
Particularly after coming out of the breeze ups. And obviously had a hard prep to get there, but he just kept thriving between races and did really well. So yeah.
So take us back to when you selected him at the Tattersalls Craven Breeze Up sale. Richie, tell us the story about how that kind of came together with the owners. Well,
the Hamiltons had horses with us. They had a very good horse, I think, back in Frankel's time, a horse called Pathfork that Ben McElroy bought, and he was champion 2-year-old in Ireland. But they hadn't had horses with us since, but we kept in touch, great pals in Kentucky, and they just hadn't been having any luck. And Bonnie Hamilton rang me and said, you know what, we'd love to have a horse in Ireland again. If you find one, go to the breeze ups. If you find one. Failed in the brief because she said find one for Royal Ascot, so we didn't achieve that. But yeah, they wanted to get a horse back here again, and we're very lucky. You buy one horse, you have a very small chance. But we saw this fella at the sales and loved him. We were very lucky to get him.
And how much has he changed, Richie, or how much did he change through the season from when he breezed?
To be honest, he was a lovely big horse. I was impressed with his breeze, given his size. Yeah. And when I saw him the day after his breeze, I felt he could have been a horse that might have taken more out of him, But he was looked brilliant, Eddie Lenihan and his crew did a great job with him. He looked fantastic the day after the breeze in his show. Those breeze conditions last year were tough. Yeah. Weather was difficult that day, but he looked great. And then we got him back here, and normally with a breeze you just kind of let them settle in, see how they relax into the environment, and we got him to run in June, and he's put on about 40 kilos over the winter, which is, I'd love to see. But yeah, he's a really straightforward horse. Does, everything easily, eats, and even travelling to Doncaster, he was really chilled, So,
yeah. In the past, as you say, he is exuberant. He has been free in his races, but he still gets the job done. He's worn a red hood. He's been saddled in different places. Is that something you see kind of carrying on into this year, or has he matured a little bit as he
sometimes I think the red hood might be for us rather than him.
Yeah. Makes you feel like you're ticking the boxes.
Because Shane's, in the Beresford, he was hassled and harried through the race by the horse beside him, and it probably helps him. He just loves getting into a battle. But we're very lucky. We have a great girl, Aideen Byrne, who rides him here, and in reality, he's a really good ride and really chilled. He just is on his toes and he's full of energy, going to and from his work, You
can almost see that actually, being with him. He's got real presence and he's a very alert, kind of intelligent horse.
Yeah, he is. And he's been like that from day one, But definitely see it when he's out with the lot, like he's exuberant and even how he trots and everything, and he stands out. But how he's done over winter gives us hope that there will be improvement in him this year,
Yeah.
What he did last year it's brilliant, it's fantastic, but we're kind of greedy. We're hoping we can have a big year ahead with him.
how far along, how pleased have you been with?
Oh, listen, he's done everything we've
Hotazhell,
wanted him to do, and it's just a question now of, he's done a lot of slow work. He's done, round fields, up the grass gallop, done everything.
Yeah. And is that as much to keep his mind doing something different as well?
Well, yeah, just we're lucky enough here, we got a 3 gallop, so he can go around the top. He can go up the old gallop, which is a deep sand gallop, and he can go up the new gallop. And then we've also got the grass gallop. So,
let's let you get in.
Come on, quick.
Jessie, pleased with what he did this morning?
Yeah, delighted. You just saw him come up the new gallop there. He's very fresh in himself, probably pulling a bit because he is, but that's him. He's a fresh kind of horse.
Yes.
Which is great because you know when he's right and he's not right. He kind of tells you.
He looks a character.
He is. He's definitely a character.
Yeah.
Once you're on him, as Aideen, who rides him every day, says he's grand.
He sometimes puts on a display of bucking, and I'm like, how is he doing those handstands so well?
Yeah.
But even when you saw him, when he got in that battle at Doncaster and then he got past and won that race, his little ears pricked. He looked to be a horse that just absolutely loved it.
Yeah, he does, And the more the battle is, the more he can look at the horse beside him, the more he seems to say, you're not going to get past me.
Hotazhell, Delacroix coming back for more. A heads up, heads down finish.
He's really done well. I think he's furnished well, strengthened up.
Physically, you really couldn't be happier with how he's done, and just he's very, very exciting going forward. And as you say, he's like a terrier. He loves the battles.
He does.
Yeah.
He never really put wrong bar being very unlucky in his first run last season. But did he surprise you with just how much he kept finding every time? Because he kind of only does enough, doesn't he? But he still had plenty in the tank, obviously.
Yeah, and I think nearly his most impressive, we keep saying he does want a little bit of knees in the ground, but his most impressive win was at Leopardstown in the Group 3, and that was on good ground. So, but he just kept on progressing, like from when he came from the Craven, he just found everything very, very easy.
And I guess that allows him to, because he's looking after himself almost, it allows you to run him plenty. He seems to thrive on his racing.
Yeah, he really thrived on it all of last year. And, and we'll make up what'll happen this year. He's in the 3 Guineas. He's in the English Guineas, the French Guineas, and the Irish Guineas. And we'll just see how he trains as to which one we go to and what the ground's like and everything. I'm not certain he'd go on a complete bog if it really got very soft. I think no extremes is basically, wouldn't you think so, Kate?
Yeah, no extremes.
No extremes.
And as far as kind of looking further ahead, trip-wise or the longer-term plan, where do you see him falling on that front?
I would, he's got a mile at 2.
Yeah.
I think a mile and a quarter. I'm not certain he'll get a mile and a half, but there again, he's a very relaxed horse in a race, so he might easily. I think he'll tell us. Yeah. I don't think we have to make any big decisions or plans. He's going to be in all the right races, and we'll just let him dictate. Wouldn't you think so?
Yes, definitely let him dictate to what he does. But as you kind of see in his races as well, once he jumps off and gets into that first furlong, he is very relaxed. He was a little bit hot when he first came because probably a bigger string than what he was used to riding out in. But he's found his work ever since he's come to us so easy, and he's just always kept stepping forward.
Yeah, and I suppose in a way we were kind of very disappointed his first run because he got beaten because he couldn't get out. But in a way it was the making of him, and he learnt much more than if he just cruised around and won. So I think it was really probably the making of him.
Yeah, and you've had so many good horses in the yard over the years. You've got another one. Does it give the place a slightly different feel? Is it kind of important for the team?
Definitely important.
Oh God,
for the
yeah.
team.
They're all looking and watching, and you never know until you start running the horses, how they are. And we were delighted with all the horses.
They've wintered well.
They've wintered well. A bit cross we didn't actually get a winner, but they've all seemed to have wintered well, and they all seem to be in a good place.
Do you feel any kind of pressure with a horse like him, or is it just a kind of pleasure to have them? And
listen, we're lucky to have him, and now I was probably on Kate might feel a bit of pressure, but I'm old enough now that I'm just going to enjoy it.